Hotepu gatekeepers and our allies. This is Royal Majesty King Ra Sumibafak, the world's first openly gay African black king. And the role of a king is to feed and nourish his people and to protect them. And today I do so by discussing a very key and important concept for black gay men and really for all black men in general. And that is when it's time to grow up. A rites of passage program. Many gay boys have no way of knowing rites of passage when they are really adults. There are no clear markers, there are no clear ceremonies to help young gay boys to say, I am no longer a boy, I'm actually a young man. And the Africans understood that no child's going to release childhood by themselves. They knew that it takes a village, and it requires the input of the elder males to make sure that when the time comes, the boy drops the things of a child and picks up the tools of a young adult and a young man. And in the gay community, we have had an experience, particularly with RuPaul, who is the world's most powerful and popular drag queen. As a result, many of the newer generation of gay boys, the millennials, have looked to RuPaul and to his drag race show, and they've become enamored of RuPaul. He is brilliant, no doubt about this. And so the gay boys have become enamored of the queen, the black gay queen energy, that archetype. And that is great if you want to become a drag queen. But what's interesting to me is there's not been a real, until the Golden Beetle, a real conversation about kings, black gay kings. I'm the first of my kind, not the last of my kind, just the first. And the message I bring forth is that as black gay men, we have a testicular side, a more gentle side, not a feminine side, but a gentle side, that RuPaul embodies in terms of the feminine looking side. It looks feminine, but it's not feminine, it's testicular. We have also a phallic side, a butch side, a more macho side. And there is no real role model outside of the Golden Beetle of a serious and articulated breakdown of what that means. And so we're becoming imbalanced as a community. Many of our gay boys are becoming drawn to becoming those with sex changes. And there is no real clear balance to this. And this is a great concern of mine, so I speak forth. What is a young black gay yang energy, a young black gay male phallic energy? What are its contours? What is its structure? And it's important to know that heterosexual gay boys do have kinds of rites of passage in terms of their first girlfriend in high school, their first car, which gay men can also have two gay boys, getting your first job, getting a wife, having children. There are these very general and rather vague rites of passage in the West. In Africa, they're much more clear-cut. But gay boys have really nothing to help them navigate their phallic, butch, male side. We are different from heterosexual males. We cannot be pigeonholed into a heterosexual male model of masculinity. We are gatekeepers. We are sorcerers. We are shamans. We are mystics. That's the more gay male energy. And our yin energy, our testicular energy, is also mystical. Gay men unite through semen. It is semen that unites us, the life fluid. Heterosexual men unite around a different fluid of life, blood. Heterosexual men bond through bleeding together, through war or through fighting or through combat or wrestling or boxing, through the rites of blood spillage, do they so bond. That does not inspire gay men as a community. We don't bond around blood. We bond around semen. That really does unite us. It's a very different mystery. One is the red fluid, or the red crown, and one is the white fluid, or the white crown. So, a clearer image in modern parlance would be like the Harry Potter series at Hogwarts, where you are trained to become magical. Now, of course, there are heterosexual boys all through Hogwarts. That's not my point. My point is that gay men are more programmed by nature to find their force, their power as men in the mystical arts. Thus this image here, this beautiful gay shaman here, with all the elements of nature in his body. He is one with nature. He is a shaman. He is a warrior of the spirit powers. He has hunted the spirit powers, and he's absorbed them and mastered them. So we have to begin to talk about this as a black gay community. And we have to begin creating modules and maps of how to do this. The greatest map of all, the map of all maps, is the zodiac wheel here. All things in the universe, in your life, can be distilled into this wheel, this mandala. I'm going to run through this very quickly in terms of developmental stages of rites of passage. They're numbered 1 to 12, from the ram of Aries to the fish of Pisces, going counterclockwise. And this clocks the 12 steps required from this conversation for a gay mystical boy to go from a child, which is Aries the ram, to a master, the fish of Pisces. So between ages from birth to 18, it is natural for the child to go through what's called the Aryan age, the Aries age. It's where he's all about himself. It's very self-centered, very narcissistic, and he sees no distinction between himself and others. Okay? We move on to the next stage. Between 18 months and 4 years old, we go into the age of the bull, where the child should naturally be encouraged to have things, teddy bears, objects, toys that are his. This is the age of what's called object constancy. Having a secure home, secure family, secure toys, your own little room, your own little blanket, etc. The third stage is between here of the twins of Gemini, which occurs between ages 4 and 7. Here you learn curiosity, schooling, how to read and write in language. It's an explosion of information and learning. Next, between the ages of 8 and 12 years old, the gay child should go through this age of introspection. He's starting to think about his feelings more, his emotions more, and he's learning about what he needs emotionally. Okay? Then we go to puberty from 12 to 18, a major step here. From 12 to 18 years old, adolescence. Here you begin to separate from your family. Here you begin to identify yourself more clearly. Your sexuality comes clearer to you. That's why Leo is often dealing with sexuality and dating and courtship. You become very aware of your peers, and this is a very awkward stage for many gay boys because they don't have the outlets at this time for gay proms on a large scale and gay dating at this age and expressing your uniqueness as a gay boy. But at this age, peers become very, very key. Next we have between the ages of 19 to 26, the early working years. This is the early stage of becoming an adult in terms of getting a job. The novice stage of adulthood, apprenticeship. You get a skill here, a trade here. Yes, you enter the workforce, you have some kind of service. Then from 26 to 35, this young adult should enter the age of getting ready for a serious relationship. We all need relationships. We all need to have a bond with someone. We all need love. And in this sense, you learn the ethics of relationship and of networking with another person. Then between the ages of 35 to 45, the midlife crisis begins. Here you begin to face that you are mortal, that one day you will die. You will learn that many of your ancestral patterns you've been playing out the whole time. You're like grandma or grandpa or your mother or your father. And here you start learning to find your own power in society. Then at around ages 45 to 56, here you come into your own sense of the world, your own philosophy, your own wisdom about the world and the meaning of life. You gain influence at this age, you gain a kind of philosophical bent here. And then we move into the next stage, the 10th stage, which is 56 to 68 years old. Here is the height of career achievement. Here you are at the zenith of your life's power and activity. And if you don't get this time right, you have a very depressing phase of life of failure, despair, regret. Here's the sense of final reckoning. Then between 68 and 80, we're in the Aquarian age of life, the Aquarian stage of life, where you begin to think of the community more, what you're leaving behind, your contribution to the whole, the meaning of life that you're going to contribute to the gay community. That becomes a major focus. Becoming involved in the community, helping those coming up in the community, leaving things behind to help them all. And finally we have the age of 80, which is the fish of Pisces, to about the end of life. And here you begin to realize that you're going to leave this earth plane. There's another dimension of life to experience, a deeper, more profound unions coming with the great universal consciousness. It's here when, if you're not wise in the first 11 stages, you get senility and confusion and deterioration and decay and sickness. Okay? So we have locked through the wheel cycles of development for everyone. But I'm targeting it towards gay boys. Okay? And you can't have stage 2, which was object constancy, security, a steady home, steady toy, steady teddy bear, unless you have stage 1. They must go in sequence, like development in the womb. You have to have that sequence of organs coming in their natural order so things don't go awry. So what's happening here is the gay boys don't have any kind of marker, ceremony, celebration, rules of engagement, responsibilities to make sure they know that they've crossed each of these degrees of life, 360 degrees of life. And what's happening is many gay men get stuck right around 5, Leo. That's the Peter Pan phase, where it's all fun and games and parties and being fabulous and fierce and being on TV and RuPaul and twirling around and all that. That's fun during its time. It's fun during its age of ascendancy. But when you're past 18 years old, that needs to be put back in its place in childhood. You see? A lot of the millennials nowadays don't think they have to work. I'm finding out. This is quite shocking to me. They're not entering the 6th house of getting a job or taking relationships seriously in 7th house. What happens is we become stuck here at the 5th house of fun parties, Peter Pan, and no responsibilities. But life demands you to grow up. It's part of life. And so it is the job of the king, of my kingdom, and of the priests that I have raised and trained to begin to teach the younglings how to keep going around the wheel of life, because trust me, the wheel will not stop spinning. We must all grow up at some point. So, I wanted to put this into your minds, the rites of passage. I have found many gay boys keep bouncing back between 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They keep bouncing from 1 to 3, or 4 to 2, and 5 to 3, and they stay in this little arc here from 1 to 5. Okay? Meaning that the 4th house, for example, is rejection or acceptance from your home life. So if we have not developed a secure base of emotional support at home, we experience rejection. That becomes embedded in the subconscious mind as, I don't deserve to be around here. No one loves me. If you don't heal that, when you get older, you drag that childhood wound into adult relationships where you feel you're not worthy. You feel no one loves you, that no one supports you. You see? So it's very key to understand this wheel of psychological development. And the gay child, the gay young man, and the gay adult male, and the gay elder, the child, the adult, the man, and then the elder, we divide these into these sections here. We should be successful in all those areas. And using the magic of each age, each slice, to give us the beauty and luck hiding in each part of our lives. So I can't blame gay young youth, gay boys, for not growing up. It's not their job to do so. It's the job of the elders, the king and his priests, to coach our boys in how to be young men, taking on the rest of the wheel of growth. I pray you enjoyed this. I pray it inspired you. And I pray to all the young gay boys out there, stop being Peter Pan. We're going to help you put Peter Pan back into his toy box, his sandbox, and for you to move on in your life to become a productive and powerful, mystical shaman for your community and for this planet, without ever losing your inner child. Bring him with you, but keep him in his place. So the adult within you, the inner adult, and the inner master can all work together with the inner child. May the three become one masculine magical power. Dwawend Hotepu.